Recording. Beautiful. So we're going to be talking about the new age of business. We're going to be talking a little bit specifically about the company and the products, and then we're going to talk about the home-based business and how it all fits in together. So you guys might be here for the very first time. You might be curious. You might be serious. You might be looking for a secondary source of income. You might be looking to earn millions. You might be interested in our product line. Depending on what your interest is, we'll make sure we cover all those different topics for you guys tonight. So I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me okay. You can see my screen, and we're going to get rolling. Okay, looks like we're looking good. So my story started really, I guess, well, you can go back 36 years, 36 years of age, but really my entrepreneurial journey started 15 years ago in my early 20s when someone gave me the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad to read by Robert Kiyosaki. And guess always been, almost born with entrepreneurial tendencies. That book really, set alight all the things that I wanted to do in life. So 4 weeks after reading that book, I literally quit my job and sold my car and went and bought my first business, which was a gym. So I got involved in the fitness industry in my early 20s, really not knowing what I was doing in business. I just knew that to get ahead in life, I needed to be in business for myself and not be employed by somebody. So I learned all the tricks of the trade of managing people and marketing and all the different things you need to know about business. I studied personal development, real estate, shares, anything to do with wealth creation. And over the next 5 years, built up a very successful gym membership base. I took it from basically the worst performing gym in that company to the top performing, one franchisee of the year, sold that gym, moved to Sydney. I bought a 7-figure property portfolio, over the next 2 years, and bought another 2 gyms in Sydney. And life was going pretty good. The gym industry was booming, things were going well. But at about age 28, I realized that the business really owns me, and I pretty much just about fit into every category. I was 10 years in the industry at that stage, just about, and I had no lifestyle. And I remember being a kid, all I wanted to do was travel around the world and help people, sit on the beach and make $1 million. And when you're a kid, you're allowed to have those dreams. But as you get older, your parents, your peers, your teachers, they tell you to get realistic. Now it's time to get a job. Now it's time to study. Now it's time to have a career. But really, I still had that little kid dream, of sitting on the beach making $1 million. And as technology grew and grew and grew, I started to see 21-year-olds, 25-year-olds making, 50 grand a month with eBay businesses. And here I was working 90 hours a week, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting home at 9 o'clock at night. And I was doing that 7 days a week. So I was stressed out. I was miserable. I lost the passion for what I was doing. And really, I was just getting by. By the time I looked at my income, 2 gyms, you got double the overheads, had 7 properties to manage and pay the mortgages to, and really I was nowhere near the lifestyle that I had. In fact, I probably had a better lifestyle, being employed, perhaps not the control. So I sat down and went, I'm going to draw a line in the sand, because that one day never comes. If I don't do something about this, I am going to be a 40-year-old personal trainer. I am going to be a 60-year-old personal trainer. No one's going to do this for me. So I literally sat down at Google one night. It was about 10 o'clock at night after a long day in the gym, and I typed into Google best residual income opportunity, literally those words, and it set me on a new 3-year journey to find the ultimate residual income business model. And I knew that the old school ways of business were dead. Why do we have to have a physical shop front these days where we can sell online, not have to pay rent, not have to have staff, not have to ship products out ourselves? Find a product range where all that's done for you, and my job is to market and collect the income. I wanted a truly residual income business. So I looked at absolutely everything from eBay to membership websites to ebooks to internet marketing, franchising, absolutely anything wealth creation you can think of. Attended seminars, learnt online marketing, joined mastermind groups, got mentors, and I spent a small fortune, away from the gym learning about the new age of business. And for me, I've always had big dreams. I could have stayed running a very successful gym business, on the beachfront of Glenelg in Adelaide. Was a fantastic lifestyle. And really, when I look at my priorities being, family, lifestyle, fun, freedom, choice, health, friends. They're my priorities, and I had none of that working 90 hours a week. And when I was in that gym at Glenelg, I had the lifestyle, I had a bit more freedom, but I've always been that type of guy that wanted to go more, wanted to have that ultimate lifestyle of a business that ran without me. And in my gym, I could really service a 10-kilometer radius of people. No one's really traveling much further than 10 kilometers to come to my gym. I had a ceiling on my income, even if I worked 24/7. For me, I wanted to get out, travel the world, residual income, have a global business, work from home, work my own hours, unlimited income. And that's why I moved to Sydney to open up a few more gyms. But, really the lifestyle wasn't there. And that's what set me on the journey to the new age of business. So always searching for that ultimate business model, I guess. And the only things that I could really find, were online. Yeah, they weren't necessarily residual, or they weren't necessarily going to give me the income, or they didn't look like a long-term strategy for me. So whatever your reason for looking at this, when I talk to people, the everyday average person is looking for something part-time to work around their current family, their current job, or their current business. Most people aren't looking to get rid of what they're doing and then start something up full time. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't recommend you do that. You want to find something that's got low risk, low overheads, low stress, but gives you a very good return on your time. So whether you're looking for some extra income, $500 to $3,000 a week, that's very easy to do with this business model here today. Stay-at-home mums, I speak to so many stay-at-home mums that don't want to go back to work. They have to replace their income financially for their family, but they don't want to go back to work. 8 out of 10 people in a recent survey said that they don't like their job. 1 out of those, two that didn't like their job, said that they absolutely hated it. Then you kind of got 1 out of 10 that enjoys what they do. So when you got 8 out of 10 people not enjoying or being passionate about what they're doing in life, you got to be like what I did. You've got to be the person to take control of that, because you get one shot at life. And it just doesn't make any sense to me to live life doing something you're not passionate about, let alone hating what you're doing. If you're not getting out of bed every morning, bouncing out of bed with a purpose and a passion and energetic and loving what you're doing, you're not really living. If you're not providing your family with that education, the lifestyle, if you're not spending time with your kids, you need to draw a line in the sand, because it's more possible and more quicker and more easier than it's ever been before. And we'll talk about why that is. So whatever you're here for tonight, we can provide you a very fantastic part-time business model, to have that secondary income to fire your boss. My boss was me in traditional business. I fired myself within 12 months of starting this business. With more time with your family, maybe you want to spend less time with your family. Cars, travel, golf, shopping. Maybe you want to start up a charity, but you just don't have the time or money to be able to do that. Whatever your purpose is, we can help you with that with this business model. And what I started to find was, the home-based business, in particular network marketing, was going through the roof. It had come from being, socially misunderstood to being there quite socially accepted, to then going now to this stage where it's socially popular. You go to a networking event and people are saying, hey, what real estate are you buying? What shares are you buying? And what network marketing company are you in? And really, we're in the perfect storm of events right now where 200 million people are expected to join this industry over the next decade. Now, that'll be more people in the next 10 years than's actually joined to date in the last 60 years. Australia is really catching in on that trend as well. And we talk about the perfect storm, and these things have never come together before at the one time. And this is what really interests me about this industry, because I did come across network marketing a decade ago, and I appreciated the business model. I got how it worked. I understood the residual income, but I just said it wasn't for me. It didn't suit my personality. And I wasn't interested in the 10-year plan, the 20-year plan, the slow build. Now we can do what they used to do in 20 years in 3 years because of technology. And you think about it, if someone wanted information on your company, your product, your opportunity 10, 15 years ago, what did you used to have to do? Fold up a brochure, even 8 years ago, send it in the post. Okay, they'd get it a week later, they'd call you back on their landline, you have a talk. So you could build a really slow business locally. Now we can build a very fast business globally. How did you get on this webinar tonight? Someone copied and pasted a link and they sent it to you in a text message, on a Facebook message, or on an email. You clicked on the link, you registered, and now you're sitting at home in your lounge room, in your office, and you're watching this webinar. We've got over 100 people on this webinar tonight. Now that's leverage. That's how we build a global business quickly. If you can copy and paste, you can build this business part-time. You've got other ways we can tap in. We'll talk about them later. The economy is in our favor. The more the economy underperforms, the less security people have with the jobs, the more people are laid off, the less traditional retail business is working, the more people are hurting, the more people go searching. So they're not only open to looking at other business options, other income options, stay from home, they're actively seeking it out. And you go and do some research on the keywords on Google of home-based business, residual income, work from home, these types of keywords, they've gone up 100 to 1,000%, depending on the keyword you look for, from just 8 years ago. And then we've got the baby boomers, 1 billion people that control 65% of the economy, coming of age, that need a business opportunity part-time, but also in love with our products. And if they have one baby, then you got a billion, Gen Ys. If they had two babies, 2 billion. So you got around 4 billion, of these Gen Y sort of age group. And they love this industry. It's 50% of everyone joining at the moment is a Gen Y. And you think about it, you've still got plenty of Gen Ys going to university, getting a job, sure thing. But the ones that don't have that entrepreneurial spirit. They're great with technology. They want to be the boss yesterday. They want to earn $1 million yesterday. They don't want a $10 an hour traineeship or apprenticeship. Network marketing suits them fantastically. They don't have the money like the baby boomers, so it's a cheap alternative to starting up a business. They're great on social media, great on technology, and away they go. There's plenty of 20, 21-year-olds, we'll introduce you to one in a minute, who are making, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, right up to some crazy 6 and even 7-figure incomes under the age of 25. And then you've got the rising middle class of Asia. Right now, all these things coming together. James Packer in 2011 said, if you can find an opportunity or a product that the rising middle class of Asia are in demand, that they want, that's the biggest wealth creation tool you'll ever see in your lifetime, bigger than the internet. Right now, with what we've got, our business is booming in Asia because of the opportunity and because of the products. The perfect storm of events for you to build a part-time business from home, alongside your current job, business, and family. And the return on investment is absolutely huge. Now, if you look at the network marketing industry today, I want to paint a picture here. Maybe you are like me. Maybe you looked at this industry 5 years ago, but you didn't do anything with it. Maybe you looked at this industry 10 years ago, but you didn't do anything with it, just like me. Okay, Ma and Pa business, cold calling Uncle Bob 5 times until he finally said yes, carrying your basket of goodies around, knocking on doors, selling those products, party plan, hassle friends and family, old school, gone. We're talking about the new age of business, but in particular, we're talking about the new age of network marketing, and that's why I got back involved in it in 2008. And with this specific company in 2011, because the new age, the way it was built, people were coming to me to join now. I've never called Uncle Bob. I actually don't have an Uncle Bob, but you get the point. I'm not calling people or chasing people or hassling people. Okay, I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I'm talking to business owners, I'm talking to go-getters, I'm talking to networkers that want to join in this with the industry. And I'm just coaching them and teaching them how to do it quickly, successfully with the new age. It's a $167 billion industry now. It's no Ma and Pa business anymore. The Wall Street Journal recently did a 40-page spread on this industry, why it's the ultimate social business model, great for the Gen Ys. Bill Gates on board said if you had to start all over again, said this in the media in 2010, he'd choose to do network marketing to get back on the ground. Donald Trump, Richard Branson started their very own network marketing companies. And Warren Buffett, started to invest in direct sales companies when every other share price was going down. Direct sales companies, the average of the top 7 went up 267%. Warren Buffett is always ahead of the trends, always ahead of the curves. Bought a company called the Pampered Chef, and in the media said cash on cash return, that's the best investment I've ever made. He's gone on to have outright ownership or shares in over a dozen different direct sales companies now. The point is, guys, success leaves clues. Get ahead of the trends. Today's business models are working from home, low overhead, low risk, high residual income return on a part-time effort. You're not going to lose your house. You're not going to lose your car. You've got no risk, and the people that make it work in a big way. But even an additional $2,000 a month to someone, which is very achievable here very quickly, can make a huge difference. And in tough times, in recessions, in depressions, money never disappears. This is the thing that people don't understand is Donald Trump, Richard Branson didn't just start up their own network marketing companies just because they were bored. That's where the money was. Warren Buffett didn't just start investing in them because he wanted to experiment. That's where the money was, and he's continuing to go. Us as distributors, us as entrepreneurs, that's where the money is. That's where the trends are. Unless you've got $50 million to start up your own direct sales company like those guys, you be a distributor, you work hard part-time, you get involved in it, and you create a global empire with residual income. That's where the trends are. And in depressions and recessions, the money just changes hands from the masses, aka the middle class just getting by, to them being broke, to the few. Okay, the few people that got on this webinar that understand where trends are going. Okay, don't rely on your boss, don't rely on your job. People are getting downgraded all the time. They're getting sacked all the time. Companies are getting rid of staff left, right, and center. Traditional business is not working. When I coach people, on young people, and they want to get ahead in life, I say, yeah, sure, you can do that being employed. But 80% of people that are wealthy have their own business. But I wouldn't go and buy a 50 grand, 100 grand, 250 grand franchise today. You don't have to. Here's a simple way that you can do it. Low risk, really cheap, and you can build a huge business. And the ultimate business model, network marketing, the way to leverage yourself. So you think about my silly little childhood dream of sitting on the beach earning $1 million a year. The only way I can do that is I can't be in at work, because then I can't go to the beach. So I can go and employ, say, 4,000 people, put them all to work so I can sit on the beach. But my problem there is I've got huge amounts of risk, huge amounts of stress. I wouldn't be able to sit on that beach and relax, because I'll be wondering what the hell my 4,000 staff are doing in my business. And I'm paying work cover, I'm paying PAYG, I'm paying all these different taxes, wages, overhead, stress, and it'd be an absolute nightmare. But that's the only other way to leverage your time. Okay, unless you do network marketing. And I love taking Angela's example here, because it's a great middle of the range example. What she achieved in 1.5 years, had business in 20 countries, enrolled 50 people that turned into 4,000. So 4,000 people in her network. So she said, hey, 50 people, check out my product, check out my opportunity. They loved it. They started telling another 50 people, and all of a sudden, in a year and a half, 4,000 people in 20 countries, all linked back to Angela's website. Angela gets paid commission on that every time product is purchased. Now, if Angela got all those 4,000 people together in a room, or on Skype, or on a webinar like this, and said, let's put in 1 hour of work today and then let's hit the beach, Angela's getting paid on 4,000 hours of work. And then that's it. Then that would have taken me, back in the gym days, working by myself, training people with my staff, would have had to work 24 weeks to achieve what Angela just achieved in 1 hour. And that's working 24/7. So that's what I love about this business model. It's got leverage and it's got residual income. Now, in 2011, again, being a big thinker and wanting to earn that 7 figures, I traveled around the world, sat on the beach while I slept. I needed to find the ultimate company. So I teamed up with what you do, the lessons of success, team up with a mastermind group, find a mentor. So I stopped hunting for successful people in traditional business, because I found some great people that were successful, but they were still working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. They were making good money, And then a couple of them started to really struggle in the recessions. A couple of them really came unstuck. And the people that were still doing okay didn't have the lifestyle. So I started to look for someone that was earning the income that I wanted to earn, living the lifestyle that I wanted to live. And we formed a mastermind group, and we went looking for the ultimate company within the network marketing boom. And with the aim to bring that back to Australia, put a brand to a name, have our reputation intact, where the everyday average person could go and make a really good income. And that's exactly what's happened. There were so many tick boxes that we had ticked. Why did that company become $1 billion company and that one didn't? Success always leaves clues. History can always predict the future. And one of the trends that we saw in our research was 80% of people doing network marketing at the moment are females. Okay, what do females love to talk about and use and recommend? Skincare. Okay, beautiful. 80% of guys the top income earners in the industry are males. Okay, so I know the girls are catching up on that one, but 20% of all skincare sales come from this industry. 9 out of the top 10 companies in the world, guess what their number one selling product was over the last 50 years? 9 out of the top 10, skincare. That's right, anti-aging, the biggest booming market in the world. But I've got to admit, in the beginning, I'm looking at these stats and going, okay, as an entrepreneur, that makes sense. Plus, it's recession proof as well. Plus, the rising middle class of Asia are fanatical about skincare. But I was still a bloke. I grew up on a farm. I played football. I've never used a skincare product in my whole entire life. So, could I get passionate about this? And then I thought to myself, you know what? My passion is really helping people make money. My passion is really residual income. My passion is helping other people to be successful and have residual income. My passion is my family. My passion is my lifestyle and how I want to live. And as an entrepreneur, I looked at all those reasons of getting in on that marketplace and went, you know what? That makes sense. That's my best way to do what I want to do in the shortest amount of time as possible, to have it recession proof, to have it long term and truly residual, where people are going to be fanatical about coming back about that product month after month, time after time. Plus, I was pretty open to, trying some of this skincare stuff. I didn't want to look 40 when I hit 40. I didn't want to look 50 when I hit 50. And that's one of the biggest reasons that the anti-aging industry is so huge, because males are the fastest group of guys getting involved in that. And it's a global language. You never hear anyone say, hey, I can't wait to look older. It just doesn't exist anywhere in the world. We looked at all sorts of different niches, weight loss, for example, which works well in Australia, in the US. But throughout Asia, they don't have an obesity problem. So I didn't want to just have one weight loss product as a network marketing company. Can you start to see the trends here of building a global business? Now, the skincare product range or niche is very, very saturated and very competitive. How do we stand out from that marketplace? Keyword: stem cell technology. As soon as I say those words to anybody, they prick their eyes up. I can start to see them looking around. As soon as I say stem cell technology, oh, stem cells. Tell me more about that. They're in the news all the time in a positive light. We're the only company in the world with a human-derived stem cell cosmetic line, period. You can't argue with what stem cells can do, with what growth factors can do naturally to give us a great-looking youthful result with our skin. Plus, our nutritional products, which is really where I was mostly interested as a guy and as a background in fitness, cutting-edge nutritional products. We're not just talking about cellular health now, we're talking about a whole new level of science influencing the genes, genetic influence, DNA repair, DNA protection, telomeres. We'll talk a bit more about them later. So I became more and more intrigued with this opportunity called Jeunesse, because I knew the future was in this new age of business. So I knew the biggest niche within home business was network marketing. It was booming. Within 5,000 companies to choose from, 12 months of research with this mastermind group of guys that were been in the industry 10, 20 years longer than me, earned millions of dollars. I knew that we had a great criteria, and I knew that Jeunesse would do really well. I just didn't expect it to do this well. Some of the other things we looked at, we really wanted to find a privately held family company, a company that wasn't going to do what's best for the shareholders like a public company will, but a company that's going to do best for us, the distributors, to make sure we got paid on time. We got paid the most amount of money for our efforts. Something that was relatively ground floor yet secure. We wanted to make sure as part of the direct selling association, that's a number one criteria. You don't even look at number two unless it's a DSA company. We got into the DSA in record time in 2 years. Now, it's like the strictest auditing firm in the world. If your company doesn't get accepted into the DSA, there are reasons for that, and you got red flags and alarm bells that your company is not going to be around long term. So you want to make sure you're part of that DSA, because that says everything's going to be okay for the long term. You got the right company owners, the right products, the right manufacturing, the right pay plan, right integrity. It's been done all the right ways. And we knew Jeunesse was going to do well. We just didn't expect it to do this well. I mean, if the company had just grown by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, we would be stoked. That's where us as distributors make the most amount of money, when the company's performing, got momentum. And it doesn't matter if you're the best networker marketer in the world, the best business owner in the world, if your company's plateauing or going backwards, it makes it very, very hard for the individual to build a global business. Jeunesse is just being named the number one fastest growing DSA company in all of the US by Forbes magazine. Third fastest growing company in the world, last 2 years in a row. We've won the Rising Star Award. We've won marketing awards. Just one of 18 companies. Now put that in perspective. 18 companies out of 6,000 to grow by more than 100 million. Now that in its own right is impressive, but you put it in perspective. If you've got a great company like a company called Amway, for example, $13 billion company, if they go from 13 billion to 13.1, that's very slow average growth. It's very easy for them to do that. But for a young company, 3-4 years of age, to go from around 125 million to 250 million, that's huge growth. So we're the youngest company in that list of 18 to do that. Our scientists are the top of the world in terms of anti-aging. So you think of Jeunesse as the closest thing to the fountain of youth that science can actually prove. So no gimmick products, no gimmick companies, no gimmick scientists, proper scientists, Nobel nomination scientists, fountain of youth. Youngest company to ever be inside the top 100 DSA companies. One of the quickest growth to $250 million in the history of this industry. And right now, we are on track to be the fastest company to $1 billion in annualized sales in the history of this industry. To put that in perspective of why it's a new age of network marketing technology and all the perfect storm we spoke about, direct sales has been around for over 100 years. The first company to get to $1 billion was a company called Avon, which you've probably heard of. It took them 100 years to get to $1 billion. Amway, another great company. Not a company I'd choose to join in 2014-15, but a lot of respect for that company. Okay, it took them 21 years to hit $1 billion. The quickest company now, I think it's a company called Ambient Energy, took 10 years to reach $1 billion. You start to see the boom in this industry, how quick we can get there now because of all the reasons we spoke about before. If we keep on our current growth rate, we're going to get there in 7, 8, 9 years to $1 billion. So over the next 5 years, the opportunity for us to build this business to an unbelievable income level is absolutely unbelievable. Now, the founders, again, important factor in your business decision. I didn't want an entrepreneurial young couple that were looking for an opportunity to build up a company and then sell it. I was looking for a rock solid ownership, privately held, guys that had runs on the board, Florida Businessman of the Year twice. It's a great. Wendy and Randy got the best. Well, Randy's got the best rags to riches story in the world. Go and look up Randy Ray on YouTube and check out his actual life story. It's incredible. And Wendy, his partner, his wife, voted top 20 most influential women in the network marketing industry. Last 2 years in a row, just won Women Entrepreneur of the Year this year. These guys have set it up to be built for the long term. They're building it for the right reasons. They're building it for long term and handing it down. They're never going to go anywhere. It's just great integrity, genuine people, really, really important. So for us, it ticked all the boxes. The stem cell technology wording, the anti-aging wording, has just helped us to, build a thriving business. I was making more money from Jeunesse than I was from my two gyms within 9 months. Now, I didn't have a lot of time when I started with Jeunesse, like you probably don't either. Everybody's busy, right? But you may as well get busy building a wealth creation empire on the side. What's the point of just being busy for the next 40 years to retire on not enough superannuation and not live life on your terms? You get one shot at it. You're busy. Get busy building your wealth creation after work, in your lunch break, before work, on the weekends. Okay, build it around your kids, around your family. Nothing needs to be, taken for granted there. Maybe some sacrifices like getting up an hour earlier, going to bed an hour later, not watching any television. That's what I had to do, because I basically built my business in the first 9 months from 9 p.m. till midnight every night. So I got home about 9, had dinner, a few phone calls, a few text messages, a few Facebook. Okay, a few people got on board, then a few more, then a few more. And that's how I built my business. I didn't have much time. In 9 months, my income equaled what I was making from 2 fitness clubs. 3 months later, I sold them. And now I've been in Jeunesse for 3 years and 3 months. And I've enrolled about 100 people. That's turned into 20,000 people in nearly 60 countries around the world. And a multiple six-figure income, closing in on that seven-figure income. And I was thinking the other day while I was sitting on the beach, that young kid's dream, is coming true, and, we'll hit that 7 figures next year. So dream big, think big, because anything's possible. And, I'm no genius. I'm just hungrier and more determined than just about anybody I know. So if you've got that determination, you're a bit stubborn, you're the organizer, you're the leader, you're good at referring movies and restaurants, this business will work for you at some level, whatever level you wanted to go to it. And so that's where it's taken me. Now I live the ultimate lifestyle of a great residual income, whether I work the business or not. I travel the world helping people. Just had my first son, so I get to spend every single minute with him at home, which was a game plan that me and my wife had when we first met 8 years ago. We just didn't know what the business vehicle was going to be to allow us to stay home with our kids, to take them to school, to pick them up, to not have to put them in childcare, to give them the education we wanted, to take them around the world with us. And luckily enough, Jeunesse came into my life in 2011, and that's a lifestyle I've been able to live. Moving up to Noosa early 2015 to live, that beautiful tropical, lifestyle of where you can work the business anywhere in the world, as long as you've got the internet connection and a mobile phone. Why not live where most people holiday? It just makes perfect sense to me, that ultimate lifestyle. Here's Dr. Newman. So this is how Jeunesse started. Randy had been in business. They made hundreds of millions of dollars from buying, building software companies. And when their biggest decision became what to have for breakfast, they knew they just had to get back into business. They're entrepreneurs at heart. Let's find a new project. Let's give back to people. Network marketing is where we want to go. We need to find a great product and distribute that all around the world, not by franchising, not by stores, not by late night info commercials, but by a network marketing business model. Number one, it's profitable. It's the most profitable business model today that there is. Number two, it's giving back, allowing the everyday average person to get started for just a few dollars, but then they can build the business to whatever level they want. And that's why they chose that business model. He met Dr. Newman 2009 because Randy actually needed a stem cell procedure on his knee. He had no cartilage left in his knee. So Dr. Newman, stem cells out, injected into his knee, they become cartilage. And that's what football players are getting done. Adam Goods just had this operation done on his knee, giving him another few years of football, regrew cartilage. They've just recently successfully regrown a human heart using stem cell technology, a human liver in Japan using stem cell technology, breast tissue. Stem cells have got their own intelligence. They know what to become, and that's why there's millions of dollars being poured into this research. And that's where the Jeunesse science stems from, Dr. Newman's research. And he said to Randy, man, this is amazing. I've got a skincare range that I've made derived from human stem cells. It's the first in the world. We don't use the stem cells in the products, but we use the growth factors that are communication language from the stem cells, and no one else is using that derogative from human stem cells. Plenty of plant-based stem cell skincare with no scientific evidence to show they do anything. And I sell about 50 a month to my Hollywood elite. And Randy said, light bulb, how would you like to sell 500,000 per month around the world? And Dr. Newman said, well, that'd be a dream, but I haven't got time. I'm not a marketer. I'm not an entrepreneur. Randy said, I am. How about we team up? And that's how Jeunesse was born, with one serum, that growth factors from the stem cell technology. You see there second from the left. So that's the product line we have now, with a few new additional ones. And again, as I said to you, as a bloke, how do I get passionate about that? How do I talk to girls about that? I don't go out in the streets and go, hey, you've got wrinkles, I've got some skin cream for you. I don't talk to customers per se. I speak to business owners, entrepreneurs, networkers, go-getters about the business model. So I'm talking to people about, hey, are you open to an additional source of income? This is my story. Without good products, without a good niche that makes sense on a global market, the business doesn't work. So it's great to be passionate about records, but whilst there's a niche of records there, you're not going to sell a global business on a product that was popular 20, 30 years ago. So you've got to look at that from an entrepreneurial point of view. And now I love all these product ranges. I absolutely love them. You got your night cream, second from the left, your serum there, which is a flagship product. 85% of that whole product is pure growth factors derived from adult stem cells. You got the cleanser and exfoliator, body renewal, ultimate lifting mask, straight on, instant results. And then I love using the day cream during the day and summer, SPF 30, so protects your skin from the sun without using all the other sunscreens out there with the chemicals. So all these products have a percentage of the magic ingredient, if you like, the growth factors derived from human stem cells, not plant-based. Now, here's a new product released into the US recently. We'll be here in Australia in a few months' time, called Instantly Ageless. Now, this sold $1 million in the US in one day. Really put the US on the map for this industry, for this company. And if you look at the results, you can see why. The girl on the right there, this was an example done live on stage. Baggy, tired eyes, Instantly Ageless applied on the left eye, and within 90 seconds completely disappeared. You can see the guy on the left there, similar results. Within 90 seconds this product works. And have a bit of a laugh about this, because it's a little bit like, hey, we've got the ultimate lifting mask, where you put the mask on, leave it on for 20 minutes, you rip it off, and it has a similar result. It's a bit like when they came up with a 30-minute workout, the Curves gyms, and then someone came up with a 29-minute workout, then a 28-minute workout. Now we've got a 90-second instant product instead of a 20-minute one, but boy, does it work. And when they released the product and threw the samples on stage, stampede like you've never seen before of product, people coming and grabbing that product. But guys, it's really important to know all our products are backed by science, scientific studies, scientific research, posted journals, to show the different results we can have. So many different studies. This one here, you can see it's a $40,000 machine based in Texas, so it's a third-party company, nothing to do with Jeunesse, and they measure the different intricacies of skin. So great, S for spots, P for pores, wrinkles, and texture. This particular lady here is not too bad on spots and wrinkles, but pretty bad on pores and texture. 60 days after the using the Luminesce range, basically in the top 90 percentile for every aspect of her skin. And the company actually said, they're the best results we've ever seen since we've had this machine up and running, testing different skincare products. A few before and after pictures in our team, and really this is the reason the product just goes viral, is it's so conversational. It sells itself. When people say to you, have you had Botox? Have you had a facelift? No, I'm just using this natural product. Get me some, will you? You look amazing. Here's my before and after picture. It's the biggest marketing tool you can have. Carry your phone around with your before and after picture. People just look great. People with good skin keep having good skin. But the older you are and the bigger examples you can show, the more results you can show. And these are people in our team. You can see the collagen, the elastin coming back to life. The stem cells, the growth factors communicating, working like they used to 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's the most natural way to wind back the clock externally. It's fantastic on psoriasis, eczema, acne scarring. Not designed for that, but just because the way the product works so naturally, it brings back how the skin should be. Pigmentation. Okay, you can see all these different results we're getting. This lady here, probably the best before and after picture of last year. And I can guarantee you right now with my name on my son's heart that there's no photoshopping done here. And sometimes it's so amazing that you think that there is. But this lady, met her personally. She was selling Mary Kay skincare products and tried our product to prove that it was no good. Got these results. Now building a Jeunesse business, and they're all great stories. We get to help people, with their health, nutrition, and the way they look, like I used to in the gym. But instead of on a local 10K radius, I can do it in 110 countries around the world, but also do my passion of helping people to make an income as well. I've been in the media everywhere, Vogue magazine, Cosmo. Media wants to do stories when you're the only company having a human stem cells are just so marketable. So people want to write about it. And, so they've been coming to us. It helps us to build our business. But then we look at the nutrition range. And this is what really interests me in the beginning, coming from a football background, being really interested in my nutrition for optimal performance, understanding clean eating, organic eating the best you can today. You still need to supplement that because of the pesticides, herbicides, pH in our soil. So always looking for extra things to substitute, what's going on food-wise. Looking at cellular health, alkaline blood compared to acidic blood and products that can help that. But now we're talking about influencing the genes. This is huge. So right up until recently, scientists believed that you could do about 20% of an influence and 80% of what was going to happen is what your parents gave you. Now they believe that's reversed. You can influence 80% by having good nutrition, good products, living the right way, and not necessarily having to suffer for those genetic makeup you've been given. So AMPM is an incredible product. This is one of the reasons that Dr. GM Papa here has been nominated for a Nobel Prize. We'll keep you posted on how that works out. But for his leading research on stem cell technology, AMPM helps to promote healthy stem cells in the body, the most important cell that we have. And it does everything a multivitamin does as well, a probiotic and essential oil, but it also works on that stem cell way. It also helps to activate an anti-aging gene we have in our body that for most humans is never ever activated. It also works on maintaining the integrity of our telomeres. So it's an incredible space-age nutritional product. And again, as I mentioned, Jeunesse won't just release a skincare product. They've got to go stem cells. They won't just release a multivitamin. They've got to go telomeres, DNA repair, DNA protection. And as we get older and older, our body doesn't repair and protect our cells like when we were younger. And the AMPM and the reserve here with resveratrol helps to put that shield back around our DNA, around those important cells. And if they get damaged, it helps to repair them quicker like they used to when we were younger. And really, if your cells go away and die because of free radicals and our bad diet, lifestyles, smoking, stress, pollutants, heavy metals, that's the start of the aging process in a bad way. If that cell actually goes away and multiplies and replicates, which is what cells' jobs are, and that's a damaged cell, then you got a really big problem. So we've got products here that can help to repair them like they used to when we were younger. If you want to Google resveratrol, it's the most researched antioxidant in the world. Harvard University call it a modern miracle. Great for energy, great for the immune system. I haven't had a cold since I started on this product. Grab it before you go a gym workout. Parents whack it in their kids' lunch boxes. Resveratrol from a mulberry, not a red grape, so it's more potent in the gel form. Absorbs straight away. Incredible product with so many testimonials. I can't even start on them. Again, early next year, we'll have a Zen fat loss product released into the marketplace. Now, remember I said I didn't want to join a company that was just weight loss. But make no mistake, it's a big industry. The obesity problem is huge, especially in the Western world, US, Canada, Australia, some parts of Europe. So a great add-on product. And again, being a little bit skeptical as a personal trainer, as a personal trainer, I didn't really use any weight loss products as such. I just say, stitch your mouth closed and move more, you'll lose weight, which is really the essence, calories in, calories out. But I'm blown away by this new age of science and how it helps to fight body fat. And we'll talk more about that when it gets released early next year. Finity, another incredible product. This is the only product in network marketing history out of all the other companies in the world where we can literally, scientifically and legally say that I have a product here that can reverse the age of cells in your body. Age reversal we're talking about here now. So to quickly explain that, and again, go and Google telomeres. It was the reason that the Nobel Prize was won in 2009 was the discovery of telomeres in our body. And the simplest way I find people to understand it is think about the small, smooth, hard tips on the end of your shoelaces. Now put them on the end of your chromosomes. That's what a telomere looks like. And when we're born, they are perfectly long, smooth, hard telomeres. As we get older and our cells divide, they get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And the day we die, they've gone, they've disappeared. They're frayed, just like the end of a shoelace frays as it gets older and disappears, breaks off. Okay, that's how we age. So you can actually now go into the US and go and see a specialist and get all your normal bloods done. But one of those bloods that you can do is a telomere test. So they can tell you, hey, you're 40 years of age, but you actually have the telomeres of a 20-year-old. They're nice and long and smooth, and they're shortening at a great slow rate. You must be pretty healthy. Or they'll say, hey, you're 40 years old, but you've got the telomeres of a 70-year-old. They look frayed, they look shorter than they should be. You need to take a look at your lifestyle. Your chances of lifestyle diseases are greater. Your chance of aging quicker are greater. And the only product known to mankind to date that can re-lengthen premature shortening telomeres, damaged telomeres, is called TA65. And we are the only company in the world with the license to sell that in the network marketing arena. That's how Finity works. But do your research on that incredible product. Guys, we've got so many testimonials. I could just do a whole webinar on testimonials. But, Frank here was skeptical about joining the business and the products. So he did some insulin level tests on the products, didn't change his diet, exercise, anything, just got on the Jeunesse products. 4 months later, his blood sugars, his insulin levels were back to where they should be. So, going from being pretty scary health-wise to being healthy again, got into the business, started building a huge business. You recognize that guy on the bottom left, Wayne Carey? He said, I got these things chucked at me all the time, but I'm really into my health. I'm open. I'll try something. Came back 30 days later and said, guys, I don't know what is in this stuff, but I've never felt better in my life. Recovering from the gym, sleeping better, more energy, including the days where I played footy, love the products, endorses them, building the Jeunesse business. So that's our product range, guys. So if you think about Jeunesse, it's the closest thing to the fountain of youth that science can actually back up. Outside in and inside out, nutritionally cosmetic, that is Jeunesse. It just happens to be the two biggest niche markets in the world, along with anti-aging. We can even say age reversal. The business is booming. So products are great. Network marketing is booming. Great timing. Great company. Fantastic. How do I get those products? We can go to the Jeunesse website right now. Ask the person who invited you to send them your link. You can buy it retail, but I don't buy anything retail these days, including real estate. You don't need to. Clothing, food, everything's wholesale. You may as well buy Jeunesse products wholesale. For $32.95, you can go and buy all those products at wholesale rates. If you're looking at the business, you'll have your website set up straight away within 60 seconds, and you're open for business, working from home in over 110 countries around the world. And we have a step-by-step system to coach you through how to do that. If you're looking to do a little bit better than free product or part-time income, you can have a look at the 6 ways to make money. And the biggest success that leaves clues, again, I can do the maths on a pay plan and how it all works, and you don't need to understand it all fully tonight, but always look at, okay, are other people successful in this? Is the company growing? Because if the company is growing and if it's growing a lot consistently, I then know the products work. Because you can get away with some marketing hype for 6 or 12 months and sell some product, but if people don't love it, if they don't get results, if they don't be passionate about it, they're not going to come back and buy it a second time. So your company just can't keep the momentum of growth up. Jeunesse has doubled in size every year for 5 years. 40 millionaires in the last 5 years, our highest income earners making an income that no one's ever made in that time frame before. And, as I said, on track to be the fastest company to $1 billion. In Australia, we've already created rubies, we've already created emeralds, we've already created diamonds. Okay, again, that's how I know that it's working. The pay plan is the most simplest, the most residual, and the highest payout that I've experienced in the industry to date. And again, the proof is I've done companies before, didn't get paid my network market worth. In Jeunesse, I'm getting paid what I should be getting paid residually. That's the key, long term. Number one, wholesale retail, really quick to work out. You get products at wholesale rates, you can on-sell them at retail. So if you're good at internet marketing, you make a lot of money in this. If you're good at a party plan or expos, you can make a lot of money retailing the products any way that you can. Number two is kind of a good upfront way to make money is customers are coming through your website link. As you're telling friends and family about it, as you've got ads in the newspaper, all connecting back to your website link, they're going to want to try the product out for themselves, 30-day money-back guarantee. They might want to be building the business. There's different packages of product to start with. They can grab a basic pack, up a bit more expensive to a Supreme, Jumbo, Ambassador. Now, if they get an Ambassador pack off you, $250 in your pocket straight away. You see it on your website. You get paid weekly straight away as soon as that Ambassador pack is purchased. In my first week, I knew nothing about telomeres, nothing about stem cells, nothing about Jeunesse. I was just excited. Had 10 people come through to my website, grab an Ambassador pack, $2,500 in the first week, and I thought this is going to be fun. They loved the product. They kept coming back. Some of them wanted to build a business. It started to expand. Now, I knew that I had to build two teams in Jeunesse, a left team and a right team. It's impossible in network marketing to just have one team. You've got to have a balanced team, minimum of 2 legs. The thing I love about Jeunesse is just 2 legs, so it's so simple. People are either going into your left leg or your right team. So that might be your Australian team, your international team, or boys and girls, or friends and people that come through your marketing, whatever. And every time there's product purchased on your left team and also product purchased on your right team, you make a team commission of $35. Now, you can do that up to 750 times per week, okay, which is $26,250 US residual income per week. The great thing about that is that's not reliant on you. So right now in my left team and my right team, I look at 20,000 people. I have no idea where that product purchase is coming from. It could be Africa, Philippines, Australia, US. But every time it happens on the 2 teams, I get $35. Now, that starts happening 5 times a day, 10 times a day, or 30, 40 times a day, 50 times a day like it is for us now. That starts to cash up pretty quickly residually. Your favorite hobby becomes refreshing your website. Very exciting stuff. You can see how it starts to expand. But the quickest way and the biggest way long-term to build your income will be this matching bonus. Okay, as you go up through the ranks, Ruby, Emerald, up to the Diamond ranks, which is where I am now, your matching bonuses kick in. Now, this is where you've got your residual binary plan of $100,000 a month maximum. You've also got a 7-level uni level plan over the top of that. So you got the best of both worlds. Not many companies have this many levels of matching bonus over the top of already a very lucrative binary plan. So I think of this as a franchise fee. It's just on steroids. So most people understand that. So anyone that you bring into your business personally, doesn't matter how they come in, old friend, marketing, social media, Facebook, expo, however, you're going to earn a 20% matching bonus on their binary plan income. So let's say, for example, they do max out that $26,250 a week. Well, that's $1 million a year. Now, if you brought that person into the business, you're going to make $200,000 a year just off that one person's effort. One person, $200,000 a year residual every single day, week, month, year off one person. Now imagine having 2 people that do that, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. But it doesn't stop there, because whoever those people enroll now they become your level 2, and you're going to earn 15% on everything that they do as well. You don't even know these people, right? Imagine they enroll people because they love the product and they know heaps of people. They become your level 3s. You definitely don't know these people, but you're still earning 10% on everything that they produce. You can have tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people loving the product, referring it on. Someone in Sydney knows someone in Melbourne, who knows someone in Adelaide, who knows someone in Perth, who knows someone in Singapore, who knows someone in China. That's how my business jumped around. I didn't have any amazing marketing skills. I didn't even know anybody overseas. Just word of mouth. People knew people that knew people. The world is very small now. Ended up in 55 countries around the world and a crazy income. Number 5 is really just a quick, easy way to give yourself a bonus. So instead of having 20% on the people that I bring in, I can have 30% on the people that I bring in just by having 10 customers in my business. Really simple. Number 6 is my favorite now. It's the diamond pool, bonus pool. So when you hit diamond in the business, you get a $40,000 free holiday somewhere different around the world, flown business class, 7 nights, luxury, 5-star, all expenses paid. Don't even get your wallet out. But on top of that, you get a bonus every quarter. So on top of all those other ways we just told you could make income, every quarter you get paid out depending on your shares in this pool of money the company puts aside out of its profits for just the diamonds. Okay, now the smallest diamonds in the world would be getting somewhere around $100,000 a year bonus on top of everything else. Okay, the big diamonds, the mature diamonds, I guess, be getting around 300,000 plus per year on top of everything else in this diamond pool. So very, very exciting there. Great testimonials. You know, the great thing I love about the testimonials we're getting, it's 80% of them never networked in their life, never even done business in their life, started part-time, built up a full-time income in under 1, 2, 3 years. Angela, you know, year and a half, 25, 30 grand a month. Taylor, one of the Gen Ys I was telling you about, 12 months. Deferred university, bought a dream car, traveling all over the world with Jeunesse. We're attracting sports stars and celebrities because they don't want to buy restaurants and pubs and clubs and real estate developments. Remember, old school business, too much risk, too much overhead, too expensive. They can do network marketing for a few bucks and build huge, huge global business, you know, with the networks that they have. Leaning up the top is a networker. He's a seasoned networker. Enrolled me. He got to 7 figures again, but this time he did it in under 2 years. So he's loving life. Nicole, first-time networker, had some health problems, built her business to full-time income from a hospital bed most of the time. She said, you know, she had a party plan background, which went backwards to $0 because she couldn't do party plans. But the network marketing side was residual. Her business was bigger when she got out of hospital than when she went in. Great stories coming out. They're just a few. Guys, we're open in 110 countries around the world. It might even be more than that now. And again, I didn't know anyone overseas, and you might not either, but you're leaving money on the table if you're just opening a few countries around the world with the way that we build the business these days. We have a turnkey system for you, plug and play. Facebook pages, Facebook groups, training webinars every week, opportunity webinars 3-4 times a week, general manager, we've got staff to help out, customer service lines, training websites, step-by-step getting started training. It's a turnkey system, plug and play. You've got full access to 6- and 7-figure income earners that will help you build your business for free. And what I love to do is sit down with people and say, hey, no pressures, no obligations, no expectations. Tell me how much time you have to put aside to build your wealth creation over the next 3, 4, 5 years. Tell me what your income goal is and what your dreams are, and let's set up a game plan and a roadmap to achieve that together over the next few years. That's what I like to do with people. If you love to travel, you will love Jeunesse. As I said, 40 grand holiday somewhere different in the world every year at Diamond. Free trip to Hawaii every year at Emerald. I'm off to Hawaii in January. I'm off to Tahiti in June. Free trip to Noosa every March. Off to Noosa in March. Dubai in May. So anyone at any level can win 2 or 3 amazing holidays every single year on Jeunesse. build your business, they'll reward you with travel. We love to travel all around the world. Great group of young people with great attitudes, like-minded people, positive people, like to have fun, but are very serious about their financial future of them and their family, and just love life. They love the lifestyle. They don't believe, in the 9 to 5 zombie. One chance, one life. Be passionate. Get passionate about what we're doing. Products, business. The charity is amazing with Jeunesse Kids. So we give back as well. If you want to Google Free the Children, that's a company we've partnered with. Sustainable villages, adopt a village. So we don't just go in there and feed people and go, yeah, I feel good about myself. The company owners literally fly in, they stay there. We adopt a village. We make sure they're sustainable. So, clean water that comes in consistently, crops, education, schooling, so that then they can continue on that way, long after we've left. It's an amazing charity of a guy that's just my age. He started it when he was 12 years old. It's a great story and a great charity we're very proud and privileged to be part of. So guys, I was going to do some questions at the end here, but it always depends on just how excited I get, and tonight I just got really excited, so we've gone all the way through to 9:30, so I've got to get off. But you analyze a company, products that people not only need, but products that people want. That's important. Global economy, helping people. Jeunesse has it all. You've got the right industry at the right time with the right people with the right products. We're here to help you build a business to whatever level suits your needs for whatever reason your why is. Can't wait to meet you in person. Can't wait to work with you. And remember, guys, always, no matter what, live life on your terms. Okay, guys, look forward to your questions. Add me on Facebook. Send me an email with any questions, and I'll make sure I personally get back to you. And have a fantastic Christmas. 2015 is going to be massive. Thanks, guys. This has been Aaron Biley. I'll talk to you soon.